Okay, so we're back out on the course here at Morallerton with my coach Scott Oxley here. Just to recap you a little bit of how I've been getting on, because we've not been able to do a video for a while. I have to put in some more scorecards in from here. I've got my new official handicap, which is now 17. So I do remember when me and Scott first started working together, that was at 23. Yeah. So that's sort of 6 shots since it's probably about October, November time that we first started. So I'm obviously delighted with that, but I've got to sort of live up to that and play well to be able to maintain that handicap and hopefully keep it coming down. Just to some of the things that I've found when I've played a few rounds of golf recently, where I feel like I can continue to improve hopefully, is some of my bunker play. Because there's different types of bunker shots that you face with on the course. You get middle of the fairway, you get sort of near to a green but not quite greenside, and you get those really tight greenside bunker shots. So they're 3 very different shots, aren't they, Scott? So just starting with the say the long 150-yard bunker shot, what are the kind of key principles to getting that right?
Bunker play all revolves around the setup. Yeah. And from a greenside bunker to fairway bunker, the changes, setup wise, body positions. If I want to use the face more, a bit more loft, I'm going to sit the handle lower. So we would start with a fairway bunker shot would be more into your normal golf posture. Yeah. You're trying to hit the ball more rather than the sand, where you're trying to get maximum distance. Yeah. Your middle shot is what I find is most trickiest. Club golfers will agree with me on that, where you're kind of caught between two. Yeah. And then the greenside bunker shot, where you literally have to get the ball kind of up and stopping quickly. Yeah. You need to use the loft, so setup changes and. But yeah, it's a speciality shot, and it's not easy without practice.
So when we looked at the fairway bunker, you had me set up just as if I was going to play it, just say from in the rough, and whereas I'd normally in a bunker I'd be aiming for say like an inch behind the sand. Yeah. This we're trying to make contact with the ball first, because we saw that there was one shot that I hit where I hit the sand first, and it just went 40-50 yards. So it's that proved really that you've got to try and make that clean contact with the ball if you want to get a 150-160 yard shot away.
Yeah, the entry level where the club comes in is more kind of ball. You're almost aiming to hit it slightly on the way up. Yes. So you might move your ball position a little bit more to the left side.
A little bit further forward in the stance.
So the ball's just kind of hitting on the way up. Yeah. And you use a little bit more kind of leg drive than you would do in a greenside bunker. Yeah. I would treat it, as a swing thought. I would treat it that you're playing it more like a full swing off a fairway. Yeah, and club selection wise with that mid-length bunker shot, I mean I had 150 yards to go, so I went for the 7-iron, which was my normal club, and I hit a nice shot clean, and it just come a little bit short. So you're saying as well, possibly think about just going up one club from what you would normally. I would always say is, because you're going to hit the ball slightly kind of on the way up, you're not going to compress it like you would off the grass. Yeah. I'd probably club up. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. The greenside bunker, we have touched on the greenside bunkers before, so that was sort of like a little bit of a recap of stuff that we've done before, but the setup is completely different, is it? It's very much squat down, solid base, lower the lower the handle down to expose the loft and the bounce, and we saw there it's a short bunker shot, but you're aggressive. But what the interesting thing about there, what you told me, was it's sort of more sort of wrist and chest, rather than sort of turning with the hips. Just I mean, when I saw you do it, it's almost like a flick of the wrist back and then a flick of the wrist through. Yeah. And you said that follow through is really important.
Yeah. What I kind of say to my players is, on a speciality greenside shot where you want kind of more height than run out, you want to feel that the grooves are coming back to you. Yeah. So you're rehinging the club again. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, and then. The one that I have had most difficulty with recently is that sort of 40-50 yard bunker shot. Okay, so I've 40-50 yards to the green, I'm in a bunker. The first question I'm asking myself is what club do I use here? Because I'm thinking, do I want to be playing it like do I want my sand wedge and just try and hit it a little bit harder? Do I want a pitching wedge and doing a half swing? How much sand do I want to take? Yeah. These are the sort of questions I was asking myself, and the answer was I wasn't sure. So
there's going to be a lot of experiment with this. I'm sure there's a lot of top players that have a slightly different take on how they would play it. You'd have to find your kind of you know, your club that works, you know, most, you know, well for you in that situation. But you kind of caught between.
Yeah.
A little bit of kind of body movement. You want to catch the ball and the sand, you know, a little more togetherness,
right?
Rather than, you know, a greenside, you know, 10-yard bunker shot. You're hitting more sand.
Yeah. So we're still looking for a little bit of sand first.
Yes. Yeah.
And then, like you say, you know, depending on the distance. Because what I actually opted for with the last time I was faced with this shot is I went for the pitching wedge, and I probably, you know, went for like a half swing with a pitching wedge, and it came out, and it ended up short of the green. So I don't know, you know, maybe a better shot would have been go to the 54-degree wedge and commit to it a little bit more. Maybe taking a little bit less sand, and playing it like that. So
that bunker shot does require a lot of practice.
Yeah.
You know, it's not a given by any means for any standard.
Yeah.
You know, it's a tricky shot. It's just experimenting, finding the angles, and getting good connection. You know.
Yeah. So of the three, fairway bunker, no sand, you know, 50, 60 yards, a little bit of sand, but not so much. And then when you're right by the green, you know, inch to 2 inches of sand. So I think that for me, to simplify it, I think those three things are probably a good way. And obviously, you know, making sure I get the setup right.
Sure, yeah.